Yo, what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we're going to be showing you guys some newly released images as of this morning. So, I want to say about 12 or more than 12 hours ago, we ended up getting a little bit more of a sneak peek for what is to come in the new, once again, upcoming update for V1.0.18, the Icebound Oath. So, we're going to go through some of these images. We're going to talk about them, and then I'll give you my thoughts and my opinions on them as well, to say that twice. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Starting at the top, right now, this is it looks like what they did is they basically added these images onto a forum post, inclusive of the patch notes as well, but we're mainly just going to focus on the images. So we have here, right, which is the new gameplay. You can see the war pets are coming, capturing them, hunt for the strongest. You kind of get a little bit of a glimpse here on what some of them look like, or it looks like maybe it's kind of hard to tell if this is 5 legions for one player. Can you gang up on them together? Kind of what seemed like some of the patch notes might have been alluding to is you might be able to team up. However, we'll obviously have to wait until they get in. But yeah, basically just got to catch them all, if you know what I mean, to be the very best. Like no one ever was, if you see where I'm going with this. Next one is training them, right? Being able to kind of name, feed. You get to name pet. It's almost like did you guys ever have those little Digimon things, or like a chia? Not a chia pet, but gosh, I'm forgetting what the other one was called. But like I used to have this little Digimon handhold, probably aging myself a bit. But it literally was like a Tamagotchi. I think that's what they used to call them as well, or the other ones. But I had like this little rectangular little Digimon thing, and like you would just feed it, and you could battle against other people that had this thing as well. So it kind of almost feels like that. But again, nice to see that there's a couple different ones here. This one looks like a panda from that movie, Red Panda. No, it's not Red Panda. It's, oh gosh, why am I forgetting? It's escaping me right now. But then it looks like we have a polar bear, prehistoric lizard, mini dragon is what that looks like to me. And then you get to see, it looks like the pet. So this is interesting here because is this the pet in place of the deputy? And so you're running a primary with the pet here? Or is, in this example, maybe they're just only running one legion plus the pet, right? So, because the way it makes it seem is that the pet is in addition to the primary and the secondary. So you kind of would have 3. And it's funny because now that I start thinking about it more, the pets to me almost feel like, I don't want to say the word gimmicky, but it appears to me that the pet is almost kind of a equipment-esque type addition to the game. Obviously, we'll have to see if it plays out the same way that something like equipment would, because it doesn't really give me that impression, but it was just a thought that I had. I'm curious if any of you guys think that as well. Okay, then we get, finally, an overhead for what the new map is going to look like. This thing is pretty cool. Now, it does say on here, a smaller map for easier searching. That to me is a little bit of a letdown. And I say that because I absolutely love the size of the maps, right? With Season 1 and Season 1 Plus, even though 1 Plus is not a new map, it's just kind of a redrawing of territory lines and region lines. This, to me, when I talk about the Season 1 map, I love the scale of it. I love the size. I think it's the perfect size, I mean, really. And so the fact that they're saying this map is going to be smaller, that to me is a little bit of a letdown. I would love for it to be the same size, and I hope that's something that they either maybe look to adjust it in the future, or if they come out with new maps for new seasons, because the trend kind of looks like we might have Season 1, 1 Plus, and then Season 2, 2 Plus, Season 3, 3 Plus, so on and so forth. If that's the case, that could be pretty cool, where they come out with a new map, and then for the Plus season or the in-between, they just do little landscape adjustments That would be kind of cool. I actually kind of like that trend. However, if we're talking about the map, you basically have this kind of like forestation safari type side. You kind of have a desert, a little bit more different lush green lands. Looks like more mountains here. And then you end up having kind of what I would consider to be like a wastelands, right? Kind of the in-between before you end up getting to the snowy mountains. I actually really like the fact that they kind of split this up into what I could say is 5 different sections, even though the snow part probably seems to be the biggest, and then you probably have this kind of wasteland in between, then you kind of have the Amazonian rainforest area, then probably the desert's the next, and then you kind of have this lush green forestation, we'll just say simply put. But again, the map looks cool, so I'm pretty excited. Now, I want to point out, even though it says the Icebound Oath and they have the Frost Dragon and the Frost Giant, one thing I just want to point out, it wasn't like they just came out with a pure frost map, but I do like that they incorporated more kind of snowy regions or snowy territory on this map. That to me is something cool that I do like. Then we obviously get the look at the Behemoths for Frost Dragon and Giant. They look cool. I'm not against it. Then we got the new heroes, right? You got Theodore, Ferondil, and again, obviously nothing that we didn't already know. But we actually get, this is cool, we get to look at the new artifact and read what its actual skill and description is. So the Oath of Stormpeak, which is Cavalry PvP tank, summons a clone of your Legion. The clone has your Legion's skills and attributes and can cast rage skills. However, it deals 90% and takes 1600% of the damage that your Legion can. Interesting. Duration is 30 seconds. The passive, your Legion inflicts cowardice on enemy legions and gains rampage. Damage dealt is plus 4%. I'm assuming this can maybe increase from level ups. Duration is 10 seconds. Maybe that can increase. Maybe the 10% can increase where it goes more, and then the takes 1600% of the damage that your Legion can. Maybe that decreases, so it takes less if you're able to level it up. But I mean, this is interesting, and I feel like that's my favorite word of the day right now. But the fact that you can basically run kind of a shadow clone jutsu, if you will, for my boy Naruto, just jamming that out on the field, where you're able to deal a little bit of damage, even though you're taking a healthy amount of damage as well. So to me, this almost feels like the value of this maybe isn't necessarily in the amount of damage that the clone can do, but more specifically the skill effect, right? So you may not be using this artifact for a hero that is doing straight damage, right? You could use this as a way to do something like running double Madeleines, and again, it says Cavalry PvP tank, but I'm just giving an example. Is that you're using this on a Madeleine and you're doing a clone, so you're getting 2 tankable shields, right? Or you're running it on your Emrys Bakshi, so you're getting 2 heavy DPS damages, because obviously you're going to do more damage that way. You're just not going to get the full amount of damage effect. But yeah, I will be curious to see if people will run this, and I guess if they will run this on other comps, even though it does say Cavalry PvP tank, where you can use the clone to have it be more of a objective based skill, right? Instead of it just being straight flat damage, or a CC type rage skill, or active, we should say. So anyway, here's my thoughts there. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. If that makes sense, if you think that might work, let me know. Then we get a picture of some new wonders: Castle Frostforge, Makala Market. Okay, cool. And I think that's probably it. Yeah, so I didn't think this was going to be too long, but wanted to at least put something out. Again, would love to hear what you guys think for anything and everything that we covered. Again, I'm really excited, and this is kind of cool that we're getting a little bit more of a sneak peek from some of these new images that they just recently released today as of August 24th. So yeah, again, man, let me know what you guys think down there in the comments below. That's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.